Today, it's me versus Luminar 4 to see who can create the best composited image. Now, I admit, being a composite photographer with a big head, okay, a really big head, I refuse to think that some rinky-dink AI program like Luminar 4 can out-artwork me. And because my mommy is probably just a little bit too biased on this, why not let you decide who's better? Me? Or the unintelligence of Luminar 4? Okay, let's get started.
All right, so first things first, we have to decide on an image that will make this challenging for both Luminar 4 and myself. So I'm just going to go over these 4 images real quick. I want to pick one of them to go with here. And so really it's just this old blue truck here. We've got this cool looking Chevrolet old truck. And then we've got, of course, this, I think it's an Oldsmobile or something. I don't know what this is. Can you see on that? Maybe it's a Ford. Ford. Let's go with a Ford. And then, of course, this Jeep here. Now, I like all of these images, and all of these images would work really good, but I have one that I kind of prefer over the others just because I've been sitting on it for a while, and I want to do it. So I think I'm going to go with this old Ford right here. It has a lot of good details here that we need to replace the sky with this bracket up here. And then we've got the lines, the power lines here in the image that it'll be challenging to knock out or to extract that and put a sky in behind it. So I think that's a good image to start with, and let's do that one for the challenge.
All right, so now that we've selected our image, let's put Luminar 4 to the test and see how good it does.
All right, so as we speed things up here, as an artist who uses technology as my creative medium, I'm always fearful of something that I lean on to create my artwork with going away, or with technology that makes what I do so easy that anybody can do. Because after all, if one can replace a sky at the snap of a finger, or make an image cinematic with the click of a button, aren't we lowering the barrier of creating awesome composites and artwork? Of course, the answer to that question is maybe. Technology and artificial intelligence without the human experience are simply useless tools waiting for a creative hand. Luminar 4, like Photoshop and really any other photo editing software, are just tools that allow us, the artists, to express our experience of life. Or in other words, tools that allow us to create.
All right. So that wasn't too bad, but I think I can do better. Because, like I said, no matter how great this AI technology is, it's still just another tool in the toolbox.
And speaking of tools for artists, I'd like to thank my newest Patreon members, Nick Koonsman, Christopher John, and Larry Atkins. I really appreciate you guys. You guys make the composites I create, all these YouTube videos I do, and the tutorials I make possible, so thank you so much. And of course, if you'd like to become one of the cool kids like Nick, Christopher, and Larry, consider supporting me over at patreon.com/Photillustrator, and you'll not only help me creating crazy composited portraits and making all these videos possible here on YouTube, but you'll gain access to exclusive compositing tutorials, insider training, and special offers only for my Patreon members. Thank you so much for your support, and as always, no pressure.
Now let's get back to the challenge.
All right, so speeding up the editing here, for me, technologies like digital cameras and editing softwares give me the freedom to create composited images that can't exist in real life. From adding the new skies to painting in shadows and highlights, technology really allows me to bring my images to life in a uniquely different way. And after creating well over 100 composited images myself, I've discovered that any technology is only as good as our ability to use it. So in other words, the mastery of any craft depends on the mastery of the tools needed to create that craft. For composite photographers like us, that means knowing how to use our photography equipment, understanding light and shadows, and being able to use editing softwares like Photoshop and Luminar 4. Creativity begins and ends with us, the creators, and not the tools we use. That's because they're just a means to an end.
Alrighty, so now the Luminar 4 versus the Photillustrator challenge is over, and now it's time for you to judge for yourself which one's better. Luminar 4 or the Photillustrator?
Winner!
Let me know in the comments below which composite you like better. And of course, if you like this video, go ahead and tap that like button. Now, wait, with your elbow, because I don't want you to get the coronavirus. And of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can get more fun and educational videos just like this one. Because next week, I'm going to go over the 5 Photoshop tools that every composite photography beginner needs to know. Thanks so much for your time, and now it's time for me to get out of here. See ya!